What's going on, guys? Mono here, back again for another Minecraft video, and I'm very excited because today is episode 10 of my Brocraft series, and honestly, I wasn't so sure that I was going to get this far, so I'm very excited that this is actually happening. Thank you so much, guys, who have been checking everything out and, supporting the channel. Might not have the biggest audience in the world, but I just love the fact that I have people watching on a regular basis, and that makes this entire thing totally worth it for me. So guys, today is going to be a fun one because we're going to start working on the mega base over there. But before we do that, I had an idea, and I ran it past some of the other guys that are on here, some of the bros, if we want to call them that. And so we thought it would be fun to introduce our own little area where we have stores run by each of the bros. Very similar to other channels that are out there, and this is going to be called our downtown. And so I think I'm going to go try to scope out a spot for that really quickly. I don't think we're going to actually get a store built this episode, although definitely have some ideas of some stores that I could provide to the server. I've got a number of different items that I kind of have a surplus of at this point, slime definitely being one of them. But where do we want to build this? I'm thinking about over here, but I don't know. I feel like this is a little close to everybody's bases. So looking around, I'm actually thinking that maybe what we'll do is we'll build on this original sort of plateau that we've got going on here, which, we talked about doing farms and stuff over here to begin with, so, this real estate is open for stuff. And then maybe as time goes on, the nice thing about over here, at least, is most people's houses are, around this way, so if we expand out that way, we shouldn't be getting in anybody's way. Yeah, okay, I like this. I'm gonna put down a couple signs. Future downtown. Yeah. Okay, I am super excited about this because this means we're actually going to interact with more people on here because, believe it or not, there's more than just, me, Paulie, Gunther on here. There's quite a bit of people on this server, but everybody just kind of does their own thing, and we don't see enough of them. So I'm hoping this is going to get some more people involved, and you guys are going to see some more interactions between all of us on the Brocraft server. Actually, so on the topic of people on this server, I'm actually looking to get a couple more people on here. So if you guys are interested, just send me a message, and we'll see what we can make happen. I'm looking for people who know the game pretty well and are going to bring something interesting to the world, are able to build and that kind of stuff, and, just have fun. So, yeah, if anybody watching is interested, please message me, and we'll see what we can make happen. Also, this area is still really sad looking. I gotta take care of this at some point and finish that up. But that's not for today's episode because we've got a much bigger project ahead of us here. We're going to start building this thing, and it's going to be super cool. I did a bunch of resource gathering in between episodes, and I'm about ready to go here, and I am living on the edge. Oh, if I'm going to make this jump. Please? Okay, we're good. All right, so I've got chests full of items down here, and they're not rendered in, but over by that little slime, I've actually got a bunch of chests over there of different resources, so I'm going to start getting to work on this entire thing, I think. And before I get to work, guys, on the topic of slimes, so as you can see, there's a couple over there, and they're also spawning over here. So I actually marked their spawns with little cobblestone pillars. That's the center of the chunks where they spawn, and it's actually symmetrical. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to incorporate 2 more slime farms into the build of this base, and that's going to be cool because as long as I'm down here, I'm going to be getting slime here, and then I also have the giant one over there still. So we're kind of just going to have like an endless supply of slime, it would seem. So I'm pretty excited about that. That should be pretty awesome. So looking around, guys, now that we're down here, I think this gives it a full sense of the actual scale of this. And so I gathered a ton of resources over here, and I'm going to get started on this. So guys, admittedly, this is actually my second attempt at building these arches. The first one, I tried to go for something close to like a half circle sphere kind of thing, and not gonna lie, it looked pretty awful. And the other thing was, it was impossible for me to actually sit here and count the blocks and replicate it on either side, and it just kind of felt small. So I changed up my design a little bit, and what's happening here is I'm going really high really quickly on this side, and then it's going to be really kind of an extreme arch, almost like a bubble. Almost, honestly, it's almost going to be like a straight line up and down. But I want this thing to have as big of a feeling on the inside as I think it can possibly have. Also, not going to lie, woo, besides worrying about almost falling off, this is incredibly nerve-wracking because I took a picture of a version that I built on a creative world, and I'm sitting here staring at my phone trying to make sure that I actually got the block measurements right for this. And it's not very easy, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just slowly moving along here, and I'm going to try to knock out this side. And we'll see what happens here. We'll see how this thing ends up looking. So guys, here's one side done. I'm very happy with the way this thing looks. I actually altered my original design a little bit, and I added an extra set of blocks on top of the entire thing. And that just, I think, gave it a little more structure, made it look like it's actually going to be holding something up. And I'm very happy with that. I think this one's done. I'm going to do the next 3 real quick. And yeah, and then we're going to get working on the really fun part, which is going to be starting to fill in all of this glass. It's going to be thousands of pieces of glass. I got a couple shulker boxes worth over there, but I don't see this being enough. But we're going to see what happens. Here we are, we're back, and the archways are in. I'm super excited about how this looks. I think this looks absolutely awesome. I love that looking at it. You can't tell that this is actually made of diorite and not iron blocks. I mean, you can kind of tell, but there's a little bit of an illusion. It kind of looks like iron blocks. Personally, I love polished diorite. I know it's not everybody's favorite block, but I'm super, super, super happy with how this looks. So, now that this is in, I'm going to go around the outside edge, and I got to get a border going here for the actual wall that I'm going to start putting the glass on top of. This is so incredibly nerve-wracking right now. Going around, and I just want this whole thing to be really symmetrical, and I'm just staring up at the sky as I go here, making sure I'm actually following the outline that I'm supposed to be, and let me tell you guys, this is stressful. I'm not gonna lie. This is stressing me out a little bit. So, like I said, this is probably the second or third time I built these, and I just realized that this arch and this arch, the entire thing need to be shifted out a block. It's not symmetrical. And I'm getting attacked by a slime over here. Really, really bad time, buddy. But, alright. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Alright, so that was a giant headache. I ended up moving this archway back an entire block, and that entire archway back another block. So now, everything's good. Everything's equal. I'm gonna start going back around and doing the rest of this border. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'll put in the glass, and I think that would kind of look cool in the form of a time lapse. So I'm going to get to work on that, and I will see everybody in a couple minutes. And so, guys, just like that, we have, well, technically it's not half of it done, but we have almost half of it done because I'm missing that centerpiece right there. Wow. So this was an entire inventory and four-ish shulker boxes worth of glass. And that's just making me realize I'm going to have to gather even more resources in order to do the rest of this half. I'm going to leave this how it is for now. One idea that I'm starting to think about, though, before I leave and while I'm down here is this is a 5-block wide gap on each of the four sides. And I'm thinking maybe it would be kind of cool to do like 2 columns of black glass on either side, so 4 in total, and then maybe some sort of center stripe, whether that be a color or like a solid block. I'm going to give that a little bit of thought, though. Not totally sure if that's necessarily what I want to do yet, but the idea is definitely running through my head right now. And also, I'm looking over here at this. I had to break some of the sand in order to put the wall in, and it's getting me excited because I'm already starting to see what it's going to look like out there with this entire thing dug out and this thing covered with water. I'm just so excited. Today's a really fun day. So guys, I actually had a little bit of a thought as I was starting to exit my base, and I realized that I have a giant mob spawner in the sky over there, and I have tons and tons and tons of diorite in here. I had an idea for the first shop of the server, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bone store. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I'm going to set this thing up over here, and we're going to start selling bones to the other bros. I can't get over that. That's so funny to me. We're going to sell bones to the bros on the server. I have to figure out a spot where I'm going to put this, and there's not much here yet already, so I don't want to put this directly in front of Poliofat's base, though, which he's starting to build under there. So I think right here-ish is out of the way enough. So I'm going to start working on this. I don't really know what I'm going to do for a design, so I got to figure this one out as I go here. So guys, after a little bit of head scratching, because honestly wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for this thing, I came up with the first shop of the server. So over here, we got our bone store. And yeah, it's just like half a bone sticking into the ground. And I'm thinking one nice little touch that I kind of want to add is I kind of want to build a pen outside, and I kind of want to put wolves in it. And I think that would be a nice little touch to add to the rest of this build. All right, guys, I think this is all done. I love how the sun's actually coming up right in the middle of this. That's kind of funny. I thought this was a nice little finishing touch. I got the dogs on either side. Just kind of goes along with the bone theme, if you ask me. And we got our sign, welcome to Mono's Bone Zone. And yeah, so we got this fairly well stocked. I'm going to keep stocking this as I AFK over by the farm. And it's going to be 2 bone stacks per 1 diamond. So I think that's a pretty good deal. You can make a lot of bone meal out of that for a very cheap price. And I'm excited. We officially have the first shop in the downtown of Brocraft. But guys, that's all the time that I got for this one today. Leave a comment down below about what you might want to see in the next one. And thanks so much for clicking on the video. This has been Mono, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.